All right, this is Broke Bets, and we're gonna review our bets where we placed for UFC Fight Night Blaydes versus Daukaus. What up, Carson?
How we doing?
We're doing great.
All right, let's hear your best, boy.
All right, for this card, I'm gonna place nine total unit bets. Carson's has one in there too. The amplitude means the most we can win, so that's the most we can win. The most we can lose is nine, obviously. Uh, Going through the straight bets, Mathis, Nicolao, David Dvorak, picked Nicolao, Bruno Soza, picked him, and picked Neil Magny. My strategy behind the straight bets is that Magny is my lock. I think he's almost a guaranteed win. And so you're going to see a win probably behind that one. And then either one of those dudes has to upset their guy, and I profit on the straight bets. Going into parlays, we have a couple here. I have Astarov, Borishev, and Magny all winning. That's plus 215 with one unit. Next, I have Astarov and Grasso combined. I also think Astarov is a lock for this card. And then Curtis Blaydes beating Daukaus, Alex Grasso, and Ferrat. I think that's how you say her name. Plus 116, another unit. And Carson.
I have Curtis Blaydes, Manon Farrat, and Kurashev as my parlay. And that's a little, that's minus 129 currently.
And then
I got three big favorites in that one.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you gotta follow the favorites. They've got pushed down a lot this week. They were at like a lot of them were at minus like 300, and they've really moved up. So, for prop bets, final parlay, I have Neil Magny and Max Griffin going the distance. Seems that almost Neil Magny almost wins on points every time he fights. And then I have Curtis Blaydes versus Chris Daukaus not going the distance, and we'll talk about that further in a minute here. Okay, in our main event, we're looking at Curtis Blaydes versus Chris Daukaus. I think you've heard our picks. Carson, what's your reasoning behind your picks?
Well, Curtis Blaydes has got that ground and pound, can take it to the ground, and Chris Daukaus just isn't at that high level yet.
Yeah, I guess my reasoning behind it is that, first of all, Curtis has like a 20-pound weight difference on him or something. I can check here.
Yeah.
It's 261 to 235, and I think his ground game is gonna hold him down, and especially when he's on like half guard or something, he's gonna get some heavy elbows, punches in, and then also in my mindset for not having the fight go the distance is Curtis obviously could finish one of the early rounds, but then also if he can't finish Daukaus on the ground, Daukaus may be able to get up in late rounds and really start swinging on him. So that's, I think, the other chance of it not ending. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see it go the distance.
Yeah. If Daukaus wins, I think his only chance is a knockout.
Yeah, and I don't know if I don't remember if Curtis has had too many submissions on his record lately, but I think I'd trust the money behind him.
He's got ground and pounds, and
I've seen him get tired
I don't know.
late in fights, but it's a little different too when you're 260 and you're putting your weight on a 230 guy. I think Daukaus is getting pretty tired, probably trying to get out of the ground. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. All right, for the co-main event, we're looking at Talia Santos versus, or sorry, not Talia Santos, Joanne Wood versus Alexa Grasso. What
Can
do you think,
probably
Cars?
pause it and redo that.
I can't.
Okay.
I think Alexa Grasso is the lock for this because she's facing pretty high level competition. Macy Barber, she outboxed her completely on the feet. Joanne Wood, She kind of struggles against higher level competition. Her striking's not the best. I've also seen Alexa Grasso get beat by people with good ground games, and I don't think Joanne ever likes to take the fight to the ground. I think definitely Alexa's a lock on this card.
Yeah, I agree. She's 28 and Joanna's 36 and seems to be on the decline from past couple fights.
Yeah,
Losing to Lauren Murphy. Come on.
she's all right, but a lot of the times it looks like she just gets out point fighted, and I think Alexa Grasso's gonna rack up the scorecards on her. So yeah, that's why she's in a bunch of our parlays. Next matchup is Matt Brown versus Brian Barbarena. In this matchup, who do you like, Carson?
I like Matt Brown. I
I
think he got a nice finish in his last fight and is going to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, I think he's had more finishes, a little more activity lately. Ton of experience in the octagon. Also, Brian Barbarena. Barbarena's high output kind of fighter, gets hit a lot though. I'm gonna stick with Matt Brown as well. Next matchup, Astar Askarov versus Kaikar France. I think Astar Askarov's a lock in this one. I've heard a lot of people say upset before. What are your thoughts, Carson?
I do think Askar Askarov is going to win. I do not think it is a lock, though. I think Kaikar France has the knockout power, could catch him, and has a good takedown defense to stop Askar Askarov's takedowns. But I think the constant pressure that Askarov will put on Kaikar France will be the deciding factor in this one.
Yeah, I think in terms of mixed martial arts, you're gonna see a pretty like well-rounded game out of both people. Something I have my eyes on is that Astrov's a little bigger, and he uses his straight punches, jabs pretty well. I think also with that Cody Garbrandt fight, something we like look at for the Kaikar France one. I mean, he deserves a lot of credit for sure for the knockout, but Cody's head also is sitting straight in one spot to be hit that whole time. So I don't know how I completely feel about it. I don't think this is going to be a ground fight. I do think it's going to be a stand-up fight, and I think we're going to see Askarov win on the judges' scorecards, probably 30-27.
Yeah, I'll say a little tied to 29-28. Maybe Kaikar France is around.
Okay. Next matchup is Alexi Olynyk versus Elira Latifi. Personally, in this one, I'm not too fond of this fight in general. I don't want to really watch Olynyk fight too much anymore, and Latifi's not that entertaining either. I don't think many people are going to be betting on this, especially with an older fighter. Just don't really trust those odds. But in this pick, I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to say Olynyk gets a submission somehow.
Interesting. I will take Latifi. He just came off of victory against Tanner Boser. And just from that, I think Tanner Boser would kill Olynyk. So,
Do you think he's going to hold him down, or what's your mindset?
any means necessary.
I guess it could stay on the feet, and Latifi could out jab him. Do you see it go in the distance? Because I just don't know.
Yeah, I probably do.
Yeah, I could see it go in the distance. I think it's kind of a weird fight because it's like a Latifi by KO, which is, I don't even know if he'll knock him out. It just might just be repetitive punches, but that's all I got for this fight. Nothing really new here. All right, the next matchup is Mark Dikase, if I said that right, maybe a little bit wrong, versus Vilishlev Borshev. In this matchup, I think we're going to have a pretty interesting fight. I have Borshev as a pick. Do you disagree with me, Carson?
I agree. Borshev, I think he'll win.
Even though I've never seen Dikase finish by a knockout, Borshev doesn't really have a great ground game. I could see Dikase trying to take this fight to the ground. I don't know. I haven't seen his grappling too much. I would assume it's not the best either because he's more of a stand-up guy.
Yeah, I think this will be a stand-up fight.
And more of Dikase's losses are coming against like good strikers like Fazeev and um, Rafael Alves, even though he got choked out in that one. I think if I had to take a total pick on this, I think Borshev's boxing is going to get it done, but I think we're going to see a 29-28 decision for Borshev.
Yeah, I think a decision for Borshev. He's been the more active fighter. He's already had a fight in 2022, January,
Yeah,
and
he's got great hands. I think
I think
Dikase is
he'll
going to.
just outstrike him.
I think he's going to get more kicks in on Borshev though. Dikase is, but Borshev's boxing is great. Probably do some body work, and maybe if this goes the distance, we can see Borshev's gas tank in later rounds because he's gotten a lot of finishes. So I'm excited for this matchup. It should be a great fight in the card. Maybe the fight of the night. All right, I think this is the first fight on the prelims, and this is Neil Magny versus Max Griffin. Just from our picks at the top, like I said, this is a lock on my bets. I have Neil Magny, and I think we're going to see it go the distance. Maybe Max Griffin will grab a round. Otherwise, I think 30-27 is probably what we'll see.
Yeah, I think Magny will win by decision as well. If you want to take a prop, you could probably do that. Neil Magny by decision.
I think I looked at the
And
odds. It's like minus 110. So probably pretty good value there. I
getting a
don't
little
know.
better value. Yeah.
I don't know if somebody would want to parlay it with something. I think you could maybe steal
Nah,
it
I
with.
would do it straight.
I think you could maybe steal it with another decision on this card, maybe like Grasso going the distance or something. But anyway, I think Magny's pretty great from distance. He's great on judges' scorecards. Seems to get nods in a lot of fights, and he likes to take the
And
fight.
also take the fight to the ground and
Yeah, he likes to go to the
control it
ground,
there.
and he likes to go to the cage and just hold people there. Which he's not the most entertaining, but if I had to trust somebody with my money, I'd put it behind Neil Magny.
Yes.
Continuing down the prelims, we have Carol Rosa versus Sarah McMahon. Carson.
I like Rosa in this. She's 27 years old, and McMahon is 41. So,
Yeah, in
yeah,
women's
it's
MMA, it seems like age isn't always the biggest factor, but yeah, I'm sticking with Carol Rosa as well. I think she's a pretty good striker, and McMahon's more of a grappler. But yeah, I think we're going to see Rosa outstrike her and prevent the fight from getting to the ground. Any more thoughts on this?
probably goes to a decision 29-28 or 30-27, Rosa.
Yeah, I agree. Next matchup, one of the most exciting of the night. Bacterial Dana versus Chris Gutierrez. This will be a pretty good fight. I've gone back and forth on my thoughts. Carson, what's your final pick?
I like Don in this one. I think he'll outstrike him and probably get a finish round two. So,
Yeah, so I watched some more film on both of these fighters. You know, I've seen Gutierrez before, and he likes to throw low leg kicks a lot, and he doesn't really like to use his boxing as much. And I think what we're going to see is when Chris Gutierrez throws a leg kick, Dana's going to cut the distance with a right straight hand right down the middle and probably hit him on the chin pretty good. I don't know if he's going to finish the fight because Gutierrez is pretty tough dude, but I think Dana will still get the nod if it's a late round TKO or decision victory, like I'd say 29-28. Other than that, I still like Gutierrez's odds. He's me circling the cage a lot too, so you're gonna see Dana walk him down a lot this round in the rounds and probably get the nod for maybe close rounds.
in the next fight, we have Alishlaba Kurashayev versus Dennis Tulilian, and I like Kurashayev in this one. I think he'll probably get a knockout in this one, but Tulilian is a big underdog coming in on short notice and does have KO power, so he does have a puncher's chance. But I think Kurashayev will more than likely get the victory here.
Yeah, we've seen Krzyzhev on the Contender Series, and this is both their first UFC debut, and we think the Black Wolf will probably reign supreme. In this matchup, we're looking at Jennifer Maia versus Mannion Farrell. The odds are stacked heavily for Farrell. I also liked it in this matchup, and so did Carson. These are in our parlays. Maia's faced some high-level competition. It hasn't really broken past them, though. Farrell's an up-and-comer, good striker, good volume. Carson, anything you want to talk about with these two?
Yeah, I think Bro will get it done.
Any
Probably a decision.
Yeah, I'd probably say 30-27, or
Yeah.
or maybe a third round like TKO, just from volume. I think Farrell's got high volume and striking. Next matchup, David Dvorak versus Mathis Nicolao. I think this one's a potential for fight of the night candidate. I like Nicolao in this matchup as a straight bet. He's had a lot of high-level experience, just beat Tim Elliott, went to split decision with Manuel Kopp, which was a close fight. Could have gone either way. Carson, I know you also like this matchup.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Tim Elliott victory, looking back on it now, looks really good on his record. Because Tim Elliott just beat whoever, Tagir Lebekov.
Yeah.
So, yes. Yeah.
And David Dvorak, I've watched some of his stuff. They both have great ground games. Dvorak likes to throw his right hand a lot. The only thing that makes me nervous in this fight is that I think we're going to see Dvorak moving forward, kind of controlling the fight on the feet. But then I think Mathis Nicolao might be able to outland him. So with that, I'm going to say it's a 29-28 split decision, and I think Nicolao's going to barely edge him out. Agree?
Yep.
In the final matchup, we have our final first prelim. We have Bruno Sozo versus Luis Saldana. The odds in this one are really tight. I like Bruno Souza. He's very good on the feet. Not really known for devastating knockouts, but can move and strike really well. Luis Saldana, he's a little bit more rangy. He'll have the reach advantage in this fight. And he likes to throw a lot of diverse striking. He'll have probably a nice first round, but I've seen he gets a little bit tired in the late rounds. So in this, I'm going to say 29-28 victory for Souza. I think Saldana will steal round one.
Thanks for watching this episode.
Yeah, stay tuned for next week's picks, broke bets. We'll show you our units and how things turned out. And hopefully we hear some of this during the fight.
It's not over. It's not the fight!